what's up? It's DJ. Welcome back to Farm Some News. It is Friday, and we've done pretty good getting out news all this week, with the exception of Wednesday. If you don't know, in the new year, I'm trying to bring you guys news as soon as it is happening. So I'm trying to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but well, this week it didn't work out. But because of that, the videos are a little bit shorter. Today, we've only got 4 topics to talk about. Normally on a Friday, we got like 10 or 15. It's been a pretty quiet week anyway. Modder's been fairly quiet through everything, so not surprised. Also, it doesn't look like there's any mods today, so this may be it. Today's a shorter one, so let's start off with a SteamDB update for this week. There were a few things that received updates this week, including the Straw Harvest pack and the MB Trucks pack. You can also see some other packs that were updated over the last 2 weeks. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that there's updates incoming, but it just means that something in the metadata has changed. Generally, though, it is a good indication that updates are being planned down the line, at least for some of the most recently released items. Either way, now you know what's being worked on, and you're all caught up with the action on SteamDB for the week. Now let's jump over to modder news, and we're going to start with the Roughneck modding crew and their international Workstar semi-truck. We first talked about this one in yesterday's Farm Some News. However, today we get to see it in the game for the first time. RNC says there's still a lot of work to do on the back end, including XML work, and they still need to do the semi-truck beds. However, we do get to see it in its semi-truck form here, which is very nice. They've also said it's shown in these screenshots with some of the customization options. However, I'm not sure which options we're actually seeing, since all the screenshots are of the same truck. Oh yeah, and speaking of that bed pack, yesterday we did see the truck in the dump truck form. However, we now know that that is an attachment. We haven't seen or heard anything about the beds that are coming yet, but I'm curious to hear what other ones you would like to see. Maybe flatbeds, some auto loading for bales? Hey, let me know in the comments. Next, we have a comparison shot of some of the customization options coming with BC Bueller Farms Versatile New Holland Ford 4-wheel drive mod. The first pick is with no customization, all stock. Get a good look at it. And moving on, here's the version with all the customization options. Time to spot the differences. All right, I'm just messing with you. Here's a side-by-side. This should make it a lot easier. Of course, the engine number is different along with the livery. We got larger tires, mirrors, colors on the engine cover, front weight, lights above the grille, the air intake, and warning signs on the side. BC does say that he's looking at adding window tint and adding Cussarius Modding's tires from his older Steigers, and the best part, he's hoping to get it up on his itch page this weekend, which would be very cool. That would be for PC only, but only for now. It would be available for all platforms once released on the Mod Hub. And lastly, today, we've got an update from CarlTG on his next map, saying that since we last talked about it earlier this week, he's been working on the forestry areas and the fields. He's trying to make the map play a bit better compared to his other maps, so he's changed the tree types that he's using, resulting in a much smoother response when playing and doing forestry work. As a reminder, the map will also feature a small quarry with iron and stone, and he's going to try and add some custom building missions to use those materials, which will be very neat. And of course, the peat system will be returning, one of my favorites, and we'll be getting some machinery to help out with harvesting peat on any land that you own. Very cool indeed. If you'd like to see anything more about the mods, modders, or anything else we talked about today, links to everything can be found in the description. I know it wasn't a lot, but hey, you are all caught up. Remember, there are no release dates for mods, so no one knows when anything's going to be released. And if you like this video, you can check out the Farm Some News playlist for all the latest news and top stories going on in the world of Farming Simulator. And that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, get subscribed if you're new, and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check your notifications so you never miss videos like this one. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. We will see you later. Peace. Videos for this week are done. Now it's time to pack for llama.